Listen, if you've ever wished your keyboard could read your mind, or at least your fingers, you might want to sit down for this one, because the Keychron K2HE doesn't just type, oh no, this thing reacts. So let's get started with the basics, design and build. The K2HE keeps the same concept, 75% layout you might already know from the regular K2. That means that you're getting the function keys, arrows and super compact footprint. But this version, it's more armoured. The frame is aluminium, and while that bumps up the weight a bit, it also gives it a seriously premium feel. On a desk, it feels planted, no flex, no cheap creaks. This thing is just solid. And visually, you've got the signature Keychron clean aesthetic, matte black finish, subtle branding, and of course, RGB that could signal alien life form. With a touch of elegance on the side with these nice little wooden panels. What makes the K2HE so special? 2 words, Hall effect. This is where it gets a little bit spicy. Unlike the standard mechanical switches that rely on the physical contact, the Hall effect switches uses magnets to detect the keystroke. So that means smoother actuation, no wear over time. You can actually customize how far you have to press the key to register. So if you want a super sensitive 0.1mm press, it's done. But then if you also want to avoid typos with a deeper 3.5mm actuation, also done. And yes, with this one, you can also assign different actions to different press depths. So think half press for a walk, full press for a run. So for gamers, this is like the chef's kiss territory. Obviously, having all of that has to come down to software and customization, and that's where Keychron has gone full nerd here, in a good way. The K2HE works with Keychron's launcher, a powerful remapping and macro software that you can remap any key, any layers, assign macros, and tweak actuation points per key. And there's the rapid trigger support as well, which is a feature borrowed straight from high-end gaming keyboards. It technically just resets your key press the moment you lift your finger ever so slightly. This gives you lightning fast key presses, perfect for competitive gaming or super fast typists. It's also compatible with Mac and Windows, but let's move more onto the actual experience of typing and gaming. So typing on this thing's pretty addictive, to be fair. The keys feel smooth, there's almost zero wobble, and the magnetic switches give it that kind of soft but precise feedback that's hard to sort of describe. It's not like a linear or tactile, it's just snappy. Now for gamers, this is one of the best experiences I've had with a 75% keyboard. The rapid trigger and the adjustable actuations combined for a level of control that I didn't know you could get from a 75% keyboard. And pair that with a latency which is also insanely low. Keychron claims it's sub -1 millisecond over a wired connection, and in gaming, I mean, it just felt as responsive as some of the high-end ones. Not going to mention any names. Speaking of wired connection, let's go over some battery connectivities and maybe some little downsides that I might have found. With this, you're getting the Bluetooth 5.1 with multi-device pairing, or you can go wired with a USB-C, and the battery life is pretty solid with up to 260 hours with RGB off, so just note that down. But in real-world usage, Bluetooth's probably great for productivity and switching between your laptop, iPad, and desktop, but if you are gaming seriously, I'd definitely use the USB cable provided. Now, the downsides, there are just a couple, which is one, not being hot swappable means that you are locked into that magnetic switch. The price can be a little bit higher due to this, so obviously compared to the original K2. And yes, this is a niche product in a sense. If you don't really care for adjustable actuations or analog input, you might not really use all of its features. And I sometimes find myself doing so. Instead of going and changing it while playing games and typing, I keep it at the standard. I just like the way that it feels compared to a tactile or a linear switch. So should you really buy the Keychron K2HE? If you are a gamer or someone who lives for customization, this is one of the most innovative keyboards under that $150 mark. It blends pro level features with an everyday form factor that just sort of works. So if you are just looking for that good mechanical keyboard, this one might be a little bit overkill, but if you're even a little curious, then this thing is dangerously fun. So if you have any other questions around this board, let me know in the comments below so I can get back to you. Or if this has helped you decide in any way if the HE or the original K2 is best for you, leave a like, hit subscribe and notification bell, because there's plenty more keyboards on the way. Other than that, my name's Callum, Capture, Captivate, and I'll see you all in the next video.